What's up, guys? Welcome back to Fight Systems and all you fight fans out there, JKD fanatics, whatever. So today I'm going to show you in this video some things that I noticed about the Twjkd group that I wanted to share and point out some things. Hopefully you guys can take some of this and use it as a critique to help improve your art with JKD, and also hopefully you guys don't look at this like an insult. I'm not trying to insult you guys. I'm just trying to help you guys because a lot of you take what Ted teaches and you kind of apply it to what you do, but you're now trying to imitate Ted, which leads to the first thing that I want to talk about, and that is a lot of people try to imitate Ted. Now, Ted is phenomenal. His light on his feet, he's been doing it for 40, 50 years. So he's going to be moving a little bit different from how we move. And one mistake that I did too was when I saw Ted's footwork, I was just blown away. And I wanted to do the same thing. So I started moving very similar to the way Ted moves, or at least try to move as similar as I could to Ted, which I realized that I started trying to be like Ted, like punch like him and try to kick like Ted. It strays you away from being liberal, being who you are. And so that's one thing that I noticed about myself. So that's one thing that I've noticed about a lot of the Twjkd JKD guys. Now they move in a certain way where they're moving forward and backwards. They don't even step left and right very much. Don't imitate Ted. Everything that Ted teaches you, you can take this stuff, you can apply it to who you are, you can apply it to your art and make it yours. So you're going to be moving, but you're going to be using the footwork to apply to who you are as when you're moving and making it better for you. Not trying to imitate Ted, not trying to be like Ted, but applying that to who you are. And that is art. That is who you are, self-expression of who you are. Next thing that I want to talk about is the use of the back leg. With the Twjkd guys, one thing that I've noticed when I was training myself too was that we didn't really use much of the back legs. We usually used the front leg, and it was more because the closest weapon, closest target, your leg is going to be closest to the target, so you're going to be using your leg to kick the target. And so with that, you're not using the rear leg as much. Now, I'm not saying that's a problem. I'm not saying that that's good or bad. I'm saying that you have to use both. You have to apply both. Remember, yes, your front leg is closer to the target, but it's not as strong as if you use your back leg. Now, your back leg might be further, but it's stronger because it has a lot of wound up to come with. So there is power within that kick. Side kicks, hook kicks, and front kicks. You can do all of it with your rear leg. You just have to remember to practice it also. If you don't use it and you're just using your front leg, then you pretty much are limiting yourself from wanting to be a better and more experienced fighter. So you want to use both legs as much as possible. You move with both legs. Use both legs. Now, third thing, and this one is, I think, I can relate to it also. It's not that it's a bad thing, which if you are competing, it is. It's a very bad thing. But I think you applying this one would definitely help your game a lot more. When I realized I was getting hit in the face, I changed it up. A lot of the Twjkd JKD guys, we drop our front hand too low. It's because of the gun sight theory where it's directly to the face. Now, if you didn't see my video that I posted up about where I keep my hand, that's where I keep my hand now. I don't keep it low unless I'm at a good distance and I know that the opponent can't reach me from this distance. That's when I drop my hand and I keep my hand resting for a bit. But whenever I'm back in initiating or in a real fight, it's up in the air. It's right where my face is. And my finger is still pointed directly at his face. So hands are too low for the guys training with Ted. The backhand, still too low. Front hand, still too low. You guys bring it up a little bit more. It might not matter to the guys who don't compete, okay? But this is more for guys who are planning to go and compete and fight and train using this. You want to bring those hands up. The other guy, you think that, oh, well, you got your hands down and you can hit him. Well, he's got his hands up and he's fast too. So you think that you can still hit him by bringing that hand directly at his face because of the gun sight theory? He can bring his hands straight to your face fast too. So you're going to get hit. Okay, keep those hands blocking their hands and keeping them as a protection towards your opponent. All right, so hands. Now number 4, body and head movements. We don't really do much of that. When you're stepping, you're moving your body and your head. But a lot of us, we could still just be standing in one place and we could just move our head. We could just move our body and slip the punch and still be in a good position to strike back and land. But we tend to do so much of the footwork that we move back so far that we're out of range now to even land the attack. So the best thing to do is to judge your distance. And how I do this is I reach out with my straight lead. You know what straight lead is. You're reaching out, extending that whole arm out. So you know that you can't touch him, he can't touch you. Now you know that he can't hit you unless he's lunging forward, right? But you know, okay, if he's lunging forward, I can hit him. So he's coming right at me. He's coming right at my fist. So that's no problem. Now the last one I want to talk about is going to be fakes, feints, and broken rhythm. And the reason why I want to talk about these is because a lot of us, when we're sparring, we don't really put these into play. The best time to actually work on these is when we're sparring. Because when you're in a fight, you don't have time to really think about that stuff. It should just be initiated. So when you first think about it, it just goes. You're already having it on your hands pretty much. So you're going to play it. So it's best to do it when you're actually sparring or you're training instead of doing it in the cage or doing it when you're actually competing. And those are probably the most important when you're actually competing, because now you're playing games with them. Now your fight IQ comes into play. And that's what differentiates between a good and a bad fighter. You want to get better, you got to put those into play. You got to think about your fakes, your feints, and your broken rhythm. And that's what's going to help you win a fight. So those are the 5 things that I wanted to point out there. I know there's a lot more, okay? I know there's a lot that everybody can kind of throw in there, but then the most common ones that I have problems and I noticed too, these are the most common ones to help your fight game. Hopefully you guys take this, look at it like a good feedback and improve. And that's what we are here to do. We help each other to get better. And since I'm not there to help you guys improve, I'm just trying to put this publicly so you guys can see and you guys can apply this to your fight game or to your art so that it will help you get better. Now, if you're doing concepts and you're doing JKD concepts instead of originals with Ted Wong, this might not really make sense to you, but if you want to start learning a little bit more about the original JKD instead of concepts, you're more than likely to follow me on my YouTube channel. I just started my Facebook channel. You guys can come follow me on there. Hit me up with any messages. Hit me up with any questions you guys have, comments too. And more than likely, I will reply and I'll comment back. And so you guys feel free to shoot me anything. Okay? I'll see you guys in the future. Take care.